everybody, it's Ali Flores again with OrlandoVacation.com, where we're giving you the best tips and tricks how to make your Orlando vacation so awesome. What are we talking about today? We're going to be talking about beaches near Disney World. Okay, so you're wanting to go to the beach while in Orlando. I don't blame you. It's only about an hour away depending on where you're going. Join us and we'll go over some of the best Orlando beaches for a beach day while you're on vacation. But first, before you put on your sunscreen and hit the water, I need you to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified of new and helpful videos for planning your next Orlando vacation. Okay, here's what the first question normally is. How far is the beach from Orlando? Well, there are a couple of different options. Some are just over an hour away, while others can be about 2 hours away. Let's go over the main ones that we think you might like the best. For distance and average driving time, we're going to set our starting point at Walt Disney World. In order from closest to furthest, we've got Cocoa Beach at just over an hour away and about 65.5 miles from Disney. This is the most common and popular beach to go to if you're here in Orlando. It's the closest and it's right next to Port Canaveral, where all of your Orlando cruises set sail from. Cape Canaveral is also pretty close as well. So if you plan your beach date right, you might also just happen to see a rocket launch in person. So cool. Just as a heads up, I do want to let you know that traffic after a rocket launch sucks. So maybe hang around at the beach for a while after the launch. It'll be for the best. When you're going to Cocoa Beach, there's a couple of different places you can park it. The most common is Jetty Park. At Jetty Park, you can enjoy the beach, walk along the fishing pier, and use the campground facilities. At Jetty Park, they do require guests to pay upon entry per vehicle, so keep that in mind. Another option for parking, if you keep going past Jetty Park and drive down any of the side streets towards the beach, they tend to have parking places located at the end. These will either have a parking meter or something similar in order to pay for parking. There are only a few of these spots located at the end of the streets, so if you're going during prime beach time, there may be limited parking. Next on our list, about an hour north of Cocoa Beach, we have the Canaveral National Seashore. Also just over an hour away from Disney and sitting right around 65.5 miles. This national park has plenty of things to do. With over 58,000 acres in total, the Canaveral National Seashore is home to beautiful nature trails, from the Turtle Mound Trail to the ELDORA Hammock Trail. There's plenty to see. You can also get that same awesome view of shuttle launches right here as well. This is a great spot to go and it isn't that far from the parks. Okay, here's another popular beach. Daytona Beach. You may have heard of that one. Daytona Beach is a little under an hour and a half away from Disney and sits at just about 72 miles away. Daytona Beach is great for the family. They've got trails, shops, attractions, you name it. On your way there, you can actually see the Daytona International Speedway. How cool is that? NASCAR, right there. Daytona Beach is actually dubbed the world's most famous beach. Starting back in the early 1900s, Daytona became widely known for high-speed automobile testing, which later turned into racing. This is because of the beach's wide, smooth, and hard-packed sands. Didn't think you'd have a history lesson today, huh? Well, you'll be surprised all the time. Next, we have New Smyrna Beach, which is not too far from Daytona Beach at all. Only about 25 minutes between the two, so you could easily hit both beaches if you wanted to. Coming straight from Disney, New Smyrna Beach is about the same distance at just under an hour and a half and just over 70 miles. New Smyrna Beach is covered in a 17-mile stretch of beautiful white sand. Here, you'll be able to find local shops and restaurants. And you can actually drive on the beach in New Smyrna. They also have a dog beach, perfect for any furry companions traveling along with you. The dog beach is located right over in Smyrna Dunes Park. Even if you don't have dogs, you can go and just look at all the pups enjoying themselves. What a life. And finally, last but not least, Clearwater Beach. Now, all of the beaches we've talked about before were East Coast beaches. Clearwater Beach sits right along the Gulf Coast and is just about 2 hours from Disney. This beach features beautiful white sand and crystal clear waters, making it a popular destination. While it's about an hour further than Cocoa Beach, Clearwater is definitely worth it. Just make sure you're not visiting during red tide. Red tide typically only happens in the Gulf Coast, but consists of harmful blooms made from algae that end up covering the beach and fish. Not a pretty sight, and the smell is even worse. So make sure you check before you make the trip out there. One of the things that a lot of people like to do is watch the sunrise and sunset on the beach, and depending on how much time you have while you're on vacation, you could do just that. Wake up early enough to catch the sunrise at Cocoa Beach, then halfway through the day, travel over to Clearwater Beach to watch the sunset. The distance between the two beaches is only 3 hours and could definitely be worth the mini road trip, but only if you're up for it. If you're not wanting to drive that much, that's fine. Maybe while you're visiting the Gulf Coast Beach, you might want to visit Busch Gardens while you're at it. Busch Gardens is right in the Tampa area, and they're only about 45 minutes away from each other. This could be a great opportunity to go to Busch Gardens if you hadn't had the chance to before, while still getting to take that beach trip. Now that we've got a couple different beaches in mind and kind of have an idea of what we want to do, what should we bring? Great question. I'm glad I asked it. First things first, you want plenty of sunscreen. And you want to continue to apply it throughout the day. You don't want to put it on right when you get to the beach and then stay there for 8 hours. That one layer is not going to help you. In fact, you're supposed to put sunscreen on about 30 minutes before you even go into the sun. Now, do we do that? Probably not, but you're supposed to. So just make sure you have plenty of sunscreen before you head to the beach and constantly apply it because you'll need it. Also, this should go without saying, but I'll mention it anyways, bring your swimsuit. You're definitely gonna need that, especially if you're going to the beach. You'll also need a towel for when you get out of the water to dry off. We recommend bringing a couple of towels just in case. One to use for the beach, one to put in the car to sit on when you're leaving, and one as backup towel just in case, one drops in the sand. It happens. Having a sheet or a blanket for the beach to lay on is a great idea too. Some people choose to use towels, just find what works for you. Maybe you might want to bring a beach umbrella to give you some shade. Did you know umbrellas were originally invented to protect you from the sun? 2 history lessons in one day. Yeah, you're welcome. If you and your family like playing outdoor games, maybe bring a frisbee, volleyball, football, anything really. You can bring a small bodyboard or maybe a kite. There's so many options available for you, and it can really add to that beach trip. And of course, one of my favorites, bring drinks and snacks. This could just be chips, sandwiches, fruits. We definitely recommend water because it's going to be hot out. Stay hydrated. Maybe bring a cooler and put some ice in it. This can keep your waters and sandwiches nice and cool. Then when you or anyone else starts to get hungry, you're already prepared and you can stay at the beach that much longer. All right, if you're looking for more tips and tricks for your next Orlando vacation or need help planning, be sure to check out our website at orlandovacation.com, where we offer the best discounted prices and have a variety of blogs to help make the most out of your Orlando vacation. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the beach. Bye-bye, everybody.